Right, okay, so we're trying again. How's it going? Hopefully we've got people that can see the stream. I will continue talking. This is kind of my job. This is what I'm meant to do. It's just chat to the internet and occasionally wave around a hairy stick. Okay, touch wood. Possibly with my forehead at high speed at this point. Alrighty, so let's try. No, God, we're still not finished. Right, today has just been one of those days. You know when you get those days, you're like, right, fuck all this. But it's just been a day like that. Right, let's reset all of that. Okie doke, so we should have giveaway open. You never resorted to check one too. I did that off stream. I literally just restarted. That was it. Did nothing other than that. So, giveaway is working. Vikings in. Excellent. We're close to giveaway now. Viking can win one for once. Oh my god. Can I go home now? That's the kind of day it's been. It's just a... Can I go home now? God damn. Right, so today, as long as nothing horrendous happens, we'll be giving away one of these two minis to a lucky subscriber. Motherfucker, I changed that before the stream. Ah. Right. So I have changed everything already. We were actually set up and ready to go. And then this decided. But line drawn underneath that, let's just get on. So at some point later on today, somebody is going to win either of these two if they are a subscriber. Sergeant Ripper Jackson or the Lord of Virulence. Crooked Grin, you should always look to spend all your meeps at the end of the month streams. We also have the mystery box as a choice if you don't want either of these two minis. Now, normally on the last stream of the month, a Patreon video viewer or higher member gets to win one of these two. However, we've changed that to the first of each month. So the first stream of the month is when we draw the Patreon thing. Because that way, you'll only get charged for the month, and you'll get a whole month, rather than signing up, say, today, and then being charged for a month today, and then, obviously, you get a day's worth of access. You know, it seems like a better way to do it. We also have this going on. Exclamation point how? Exclamation point March 21 X. Get yourself involved winning a £50 hobby voucher to the hobby stockist of your choice. And do that before the garage takes all my money. So, started the day off getting down to the garage nice and early to drop off a car. So I left the house at 7, just in case it broke down on the way. I had plenty of time to push it to get there. I wasn't in the middle of work traffic, and so on. Just one of those things. Got to the garage, waited around for them to open up. They opened. Cool. Here's my car. Car had its MOT. They looked at the wheels. where it was making this noise. Des, you said track rod. Well, sir, you were wrong. I said suspension. I was right. The suspension in the front passenger seat is not in a great spot. Banzos Arms, thank you for the sub. 9 months. The front passenger seat is often occupied by my housemate. And I feel that might be why the suspension was having an issue. And the coil spring is so out of place that it is nearly ripping a hole in the tyre. Apparently we're like this far away from it being like straight through the tyre wall. What do you mean, have you chunky boys? Listen, motherfucker, that grin will end up very crooked if you carry on like that. So, yeah. Yeah. Can't get the car back until at least the middle of next week because the mechanic hasn't finished the MOT because he can't do some of the tests that involve taking the car out on the road briefly because he feels the car is that dangerous to drive. Yes, Des, absolutely. My local garage tilts. So, they started off with, you should not have driven this here. But now you have. Okay. And recently was, there's going to be a large bill for this. We're talking somewhere in the £500 mark. So it could have been a lot worse, but equally, it is what it is. And that includes getting the brakes changed on all 4 wheels as well. So, you know, it's actually a really decent price. So, annoying that it's happened, but it is just one of those things. We've just got to deal with it and move on. That was the start of my day. And everything since the start of my day has just felt like it was just a little bit extra work, a little bit more effort than it needed to be, and so on. So, that's the day that we've had. So I'm not surprised when we started the stream, things weren't going completely to plan. Really not surprised by that. But hey, we're all good to go now. Everything is fine. How's everybody else's day been? So, thank you very much for all the subs. Thank you very much for all the hosts. Again, for some of you as well. Some of you have hosted twice since we've restarted the stream and so on now. So, much appreciated. Thanks to all of you for your support, as always. I did a little bit of work today. Oh, damn it, I forgot to make the command. I'm going to make a command. Give me 1 second. Ugh. One second. Let me go and find this in Discord. What? Mishap damage. Thank you very, very much, but definitely didn't need to do that. But thank you. Lethal Styles, get his sub down as well. Oh, SJ, so sorry, right? No brakes at all is scary as hell. Yeah, I mean, the brakes all still worked. It's only from work, so great. You got suspended from work. Divox, that's a big bill. Damn. The car, to be fair, its last MOT, it just went straight through. Like, didn't need anything at all. I got to the counter after the MOT and it's like, so, what do we need to do? And you went, well, it's passed. What? Yeah, it's passed. Everything's fine. You know, no issues. So you can, you know, take it. I've got some advisories for you. So that was the last one. This time, I'm paying for it. So this is a 2 for the price of 1. You know. Right. So, exclamation point, vote. Somebody hit that up. Exclamation point vote will get you to this anonvote.com straw poll. So, how do we paint the stream birthday nids? We've got red and blue, the behemoth scheme. We've got blue mottling and bone, which I found out is somebody on Instagram. But I can't remember their name. It's kind of a weird name with lots of like G's and J's and things. But I haven't credited them correctly on my Instagram post about this. We've got the blue and orange. I do like this. This is, to me, this is extremely like 80s inspired heavy metal team. I like that a lot. We've got the black and white with the red splashes by Scriv Paints. And then we've got green, pink, and orange, the High Fleet Stabilo that we did the Hive Tyrant, the Swarmlord for way back last year. And so, go and vote. You can vote for as many as you like. So select one or more. So pick several. If you like 3 schemes, pick 3 schemes. And then what will happen is the number one that more people have voted for than anybody else. Not necessarily everyone's favourite scheme, but one they thought, yeah, I like that as well. Yeah. The overall consensus is going to get picked. So right in first place right now is the blue mottling and bone. Loads of people liking that. 36 people have voted for that. We don't have a out of how many, unfortunately. Behemoth, down to 17. High Fleet Stabilo, 20. Blue and orange squarely in the middle at 22. And these two starting to run away with it. This one especially running away with it. So I'm kind of excited about it. See Mini Wargaming's new B version. I don't watch Mini Wargaming, if I'm honest. I think most of their stuff is... Last time I watched it, most of their stuff I thought was subpar. Like really subpar. Which is annoying. Because you kind of want it to be almost like gold standard based on the amount of money they spent on their Mini Wargaming bunker, and you know, it's how a lot of people, I think, find out about the online community of Warhammer, right? I'd love it if Mini Wargaming was absolute top tier, but every time I watch their stuff, back when I was watching it, you're like, you're doing that wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing that wrong. Like, oh my god, what a boneheaded decision that was. Why did... Oh god, I can't watch this anymore. Tactical blunder. It was very much that, and I appreciate I'm not the usual viewer, I guess, of their content. I mean, they probably get 50,000-70,000 views per video, and of those, I imagine that there's more of a non-competitive, fun gamer kind of side to their viewers. So, I did wonder what you thought the lore of Mini Wargaming was. You find Matt a little oppressive. I I thought Matt was probably one of the better ones because he's usually kind of on the money with his rules. And certainly back in the days of the Beat Matt Bat Rep and stuff that I was watching, he'd always at least bring either a competitive list or he'd bring a list that he knew how to play and he wouldn't make any mistakes. I don't watch a lot of Vanguard Tactics. I don't watch a lot of battle reports these days, actually. So I'll occasionally watch Glasshammer, the non-elite stuff, because it's usually a competitive game with people that are competitive. And certainly when Manny's playing, there's a very good chance you're going to get some tactical insight that you wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. So, quite happy to watch Glasshammer. Tabletop Titans, big fan. Because when they get their rules wrong, they do what they can to correct it. And it's not that often that they get a tactical error. Like, somebody just misplaying something a little bit because they misremembered a rule, I can live with. Somebody just like not knowing what they're doing with their army and sort of flapping around all over the place. SJ! Oh, he's trying to juggle now. Oh, no, lost one! Dude, you were so lucky. That was nearly two. So yeah, I like Tabletop Titans. They have amazing production value. And it's really annoying that their show is what it is, because a long time ago I got asked if I'd ever do battle reports by a few friends that wanted to do it, basically. And I said the only way I'd ever do battle reports would be if I could stream it rather than film it and edit it, because I've got too much stuff to do. And I'd probably do it like side on, not top down. AJ! 5 months in and every stream just gets better. I'm not sure about that this morning, bro. Not this morning, like earlier on. Apparently 30 minutes ago was this morning. Feels like a different day. So yeah, it was going to be done essentially the same way they do it, with more of an emphasis on the game being played and reported on as if it was an actual sport. So if you watch like the NFL, you get a load of their play tracker, so like what down somebody's on. You get a lot of information, so you can at a glance digest what is on the screen and what is happening in the game and go, cool, I know where I am. MC, no. It'll be before the birthday stream. And I mean like literally right before the birthday stream. And then the next giveaway for the voucher will be after the birthday stream. So don't worry, you're not going to lose any meeps. We found a way of doing it without you losing out on what you've earned and saved up. But you won't be able to spend the meeps that you currently have in the birthday stream. Okay, just bear that in mind. We'll make sure that's clear on the screens as well. So, yeah, it's... I'm super happy for both Brian and Adrian. Brian is a very good player. Usually quite highly ranked. Same with Adrian. Both players that like going to tournaments and know their stuff. And rarely, it still happens, but rarely make tactical misplays. So I like watching them. Glasshammer, obviously, we've said. Tabletop Tactics, I haven't watched the TT Battle Report in such a long time. I find that if it's Beard and Bone, I will probably enjoy it. Unless Bone has decided he's having a bad day and the Cosmos is against him. At which point, it's just... as a wrestler, and this is where a lot of my like life experiences come from, was stuff like this. You understand that you're there to do a job and to entertain the fans, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose. I don't understand why it's any different for streaming 40k. Aside from the fact you're less likely in a game of streamed 40k to body slam your opponent through a table. So that element of it, I'm like, he needs to remember he's there to entertain, and I find him a little bit difficult to watch during the days where he's clearly having a bit of a bad day. And I know Ben suffers from some he suffers from depression. Like, I get that some days are going to be really fucking difficult, but it is your job. So that and the fact he can't play knights. Yeah, there are times like that. I've noticed it with both of them as well, War Master Forge, that there's a point where one of them will get a little like shitty, and it's because they're just getting a little embarrassed, I think, that they fuck something up. Brian can get super defensive about things. And Adrian, when he knows he's right and he's waiting for Brian to catch up on something, he can come across a bit of a dick. But it's not that often, and it's not that big of a deal when it happens either, I don't think. Town Nick is fun. I can't think of anyone called Nick. Sorry, not the place in Battle Reports, at least. Right, so now I'm going to look for any and all bits of like gold trim. We're working with a dead gold. So we've got both shoulder pads, this candlestick, this cowl, things like this, and this, and a few other bits and pieces. Play on tabletop. I've never seen any of their stuff. Yeah, well, I think you're right. As a viewer looking in, you're like, I watch most of the Art of War stuff. We were going to get to that. I don't watch much of Vanguard Tactics. I know most of them in real life. I find Steve a bit wooden. And so it's tough. Tim, same time as always, dude. It's tough to watch, and because I don't have very much time to just watch a battle report. Like today, I watched the Titans one, and I watched the Hellstorm one. The only reason I watched the Hellstorm one was because minis I painted were on the stream. That was it. I usually watch Mikey's stream for the intro, because the intros are usually funny, though I don't believe there was one on this battle report. Certainly there was nothing that was like a sculpted intro. But I watched it because, hey look mum, my stuff's on TV, was basically what was going on. You know what, I'm going to do all of this gold rather than trying to do it as trim. I think we'll just take the easy option for today. Why not? So yeah, there you go. I'm going to paint submarines and want purple as main colour. Any ideas on secondary to use on shoulder panels or captain helmets? So far it's silver, yellow, gold, or orange. Bone. definitely bone. Although, I mean, there is something about purple and gold that makes me think that as a colour choice, it might be okay. It's a bit of a hard sell at times, but purple and gold probably look alright, at least, next to each other. I could go on. There's 7 of them sat on my desk. Yeah, for sure. Like, totally. Totally. Like, complete dickhead on that one. But yeah, purple and gold are good. I like bone, though. Purple and bone, I think, works really, really well, because the bone can be really clean and the purple can be super vibrant, and they play off each other in 2 different ways. So you end up with something that is a contrast because of the colours that you've used, and then also a contrast because of the temperature it has. Like, one's quite a cool colour, the other one could be quite a hot colour. One could be quite dark, one could be quite light, as well as like that. So, there you go, that's why bone. I think I answered your question before you typed that one. But if you need any more clarification, let me know. I've just proven that purple and gold works quite well. We managed to get some progress done on the commission today, as well as like juggling the garage and phone calls and seemingly like endless piles of stuff that just got in the way all day. Cool. Let us know how you get on, man. You've got some time during the stream. Maybe you can get something in the whip for later. This is super, super fragile. Like, that whole thing is connected by a wrist. GG Games Workshop, GG. You've played us well on this one. Mark, if you get this in one piece, I am going to be very surprised. I'll do my absolute best with packaging it, bro. You know that, but God, just painting it is making me nervous. So what's the mystery box this month? There's a clue in the name. Could we convince you to paint some cow elves? Probably not. I don't like any of the minis, with the one exception of the Giganto Mountain Cow one. Ambiguity. That's what's in the box, Melchete. You've nailed it with that. Brilliant answer. Yeah, personal preference. I think most of the models look like shit. I don't want to lose subs because I say Kit Sigmar is like a game for infants or whatever. But yeah, I'm not sold on any of their range, which is weird because normally I like the bigger centerpiece style minis that they have on Sigmar releases, but none of them have done it for me at this release at all. Which, like I said, is odd. That doesn't normally happen. So. Right, we're using Negro Gold, by the way, from Scale for this, which is a very dark, but still kind of yellowy gold. You like a new Lumineth? Fair. I like I said, a lot of the Sigmar minis. Hellstrom Guy, I like how you come here with a raid, but you only host Mikey. Peak. Yeah, there's a few things I don't like about Sigmar. Most notably, I think the naming conventions seem to be aimed at a younger audience. I'm not saying the game is for infants. I know a lot of adults that play it. But certainly their naming conventions just seem to be more childish. So, don't know why host isn't working. Are you hosting on your other account? Because that might be why. Right, we got any more padlocks and things like that? Let's try and find all the little details. I don't think so. All of this I want to be a stone. As you can see, like the wing that broke off there is here. It's molded on the base, so all of that is going to be stone. Even the little like filigree and stuff there, I think we just do that as carved stone. Right, let's do his bells and whistles then. So if you want to come back, I'm intrigued by it, but I'm probably not gonna pick it up. I played a lot of Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Master Mouse, cheers for the host. Like a lot. That was the game that I was mainly into when I was working for GW and just before that as well. We had a 40k army. I loved 40k, but the game I played the majority of the time was Warhammer Fantasy Battle. I just liked the fact that that was the game that was tactically like challenging. You had to be on the money with that, whereas with 40k, it always during 3.5 felt like it was way too forgiving. So, Venturous, no, not at all. You don't ever need to get rid of all your meeps. They're not actually being wiped out now. We found a way around it. But you can spend them today, or you can spend them after the birthday stream. You will not be able to spend them on the birthday stream. You'll have a different set of meeps for that, and that's it. Although that is a plant, that isn't stone. Must remember that. Right, got its headband to do, and I think that's all the gold base coated. I had a dwarf army just because it was super cheap when I was a GW staff member. Mostly Slayers. Yeah, so the Orc stuff doesn't really like do it for me, and certainly Beast Snaggers. I just feel like I'm going to say something awful at some point saying that word. Yeah. Nice one, dude. Heaviest Dogmata's big spoon if she carries it like a power lifter. I mean, it's the worst deadlift form I've ever seen, to be honest, so. No, it's alright, Ventress. Nothing to worry about, dude. And Erin, thank you very much for that earlier on. Again, you definitely didn't need to. It is super, super nice of you, so thank you. I'm trying to work out how to paint this guy's skin. The face we're going to do bone, because it'll stand out a mile. How do we paint his skin? Like the arms he's got. I'm guessing like a very, very pale blue-green. What's wrong with the car? A lot. Well, not a lot. Not really. It's all fixable and it's not the most expensive garage build I've ever had. But essentially it is absolutely undrivable. Because one of the suspension coils is nearly poking a hole in the tyre wall. So, yeah, there's a fair few things to be replaced. Alright, got some gunmetal. We've got various other metallic elements of this that we're going to give a go with it. Got some chains to do, got some chain mail to do. This is one of the best things about 40k minis is you very rarely have to paint chainmail. Whereas for fantasy you got to paint it a lot. Chainmail is such a pig trying to highlight it. It's almost like you need the finest of all fine brushes. And it takes up so much paint on a base coat as well. It's unenjoyable. Oh, dude, it's at the garage. They didn't even finish the MOT because of the fact they couldn't road test it. Because they didn't think it was safe to drive at all. In fact, they wouldn't even let me take it back from the garage. They said, there's no point you walking down to pick it up, bro, because we're not going to let this leave the premises. It's dangerous to drive. So, just in time. Phantom attacks my brushes split. I think it's a lack of experience. I've done more NMM than TNR. For me, it's absolutely the other way around. I tend to wash my brush a little bit more when using metallic paints because if it dries on the bristles, then it's not just a little bit of paint, it's some mediums drying. I need to paint that bit there gold, so we'll do it before I forget. I'm quite glad they said what they said. I'd rather know than them saying, yeah, you'll probably be okay, you know, keep it under 30 or whatever. Despite it only being like maybe a quarter mile. Not wanting to take that risk. Frog, oh wow! AJ throwing out some gift subs. Tim, I'm not going to tomorrow when I would normally. Which is a shame. But I will see her at the weekend. She's going to come up here. So on the weekend, I'm walking to the train station to get her, which is about 3 miles or so away. And then I will walk back with her. And then on Monday, I'll do the same trip. So I'm going to get my steps in over the weekend, which is great. So, Frog Lane Studio, Squidmacker, House of Atkinson, Wall King Ancient, and Chill Nelson, all being given subs by AJ. Can we please get some hype in the chat for AJ and his incredible generosity. All you guys that have just been given subs, I'm giving you your meeps now. You can use those immediately to buy tickets into tonight's £50 hobby voucher raffle. Don't be afraid of using them. Get on it. You're also now eligible to win one of the minis that are up for grabs. I'm painting now one of last month's giveaway prizes. So, you know, this is the kind of thing you can see. You have to hype him, it's bad enough knowing him. You've got to hype him twice, in that case. Those are the rules. It's going to be a double hyping. It's like giving somebody a high 10. You know, that's what you have to do. Mishap damage. I know you've been here for at least a year. Exclamation point, how? The command is literally is this. It's all good. To all you new guys, exclamation point, how? Find out how to get in on this giveaway. The command is always changing to ensure that Streamlabs doesn't think it's an old competition. We ended up with a few people winning in a row. And I think that might have been the cause of it, is that the competition was still named the same thing every time. So we've changed it this way. It will never be the same. It's always month and year, and I'm probably not going to live another 100 years. So Danny, I'm not taking that one off. I think you'll just try to double down on the same joke. Machete! Cheers for the host. It's okay, mate. We got to have one cheesemonger in our group. Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, but Danny, have you checked it out? Have you gone and looked at the dictionary? What if they're having you on? This could be. Alright, let's get this chain. And is this a bit or a bridle? I don't know. I don't really know horses. Guys, it's got such good coverage, even over these super strong reds. Such good coverage. I definitely ruined your joke. I feel that you've ruined a lot of your jokes, though. The fucking turkey in the freezer one was where you peaked. And that was, like, November. So. Thick Oz. How you doing, bro? Jason, what's going on? So what's everybody else been up to today? Who's been doing some hobby? Tomorrow I'm going to be filming this week's video for Patreon, which is going to be all about the sickest, dankest, most epic looking power swords. So I've got some very cool stuff to do tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good hobby day. So you're working on a Silent King. Nice. Nice mishap damage. First or second? Jackie got her second last night and is experiencing, as with almost any vaccine, a little bit of side effects. Mostly fatigue this time round, which is good because last one was lots of additional migraines and stuff, which no one needs that shit. More green tag, nice. A success printing my custom Dark Reapers today. Awesome, dude. You're mainly drinking brandy. Well, again, mate, I'm sorry, but we'll. Either Styles, what up? First one, okay. Opinion because the market game, sale, Xbox. Fair. I haven't got many of the 40k games. Restrap the thumb up today. That's about it. Great. Oh Christ, dude. What do you do for a living, Gumbelina? Oh, we found a bangle. That can be gold. I think we're definitely at the gold bangle stage. Has he got one on this arm as well? No, just one bangle. Cheers, SJ. What happened to that last one? The last one you went for a trick shot and like flicked it back up. You know. Apart from growing those extra breasts, on top of the ones you've already got. This vintage is some Guatemalan, but relatively fresh apple juice. So, good job getting it here from Guatemala without it going bad. Machete. Yes, you always need a lot of magnets. You need twice the amount you need, right? Effectively lethal styles, yes, but you won't lose them. You will get them back. But you may as well spend them all, right? Like, why try and hoard them? Because they're only ever used for this stream. Blow your load, bro. Some of this is quite tricky to get to because of the way the mini is posed, but pretty sure we just managed that alright. Getting the arm done is going to be a right pain in the bum. But that should be okay. We've got this bit of the bit, or whatever it's called, to do. That's 4 now. What brand / mark was the second shot in the bad way? Oh, I can't remember. She didn't say actually this time around. We made a mistake of running out of apple juice. Terrible, man. Need to get those vitamins in. Need those 5 a day. Peen Kill TV coming in with a raid. Cheers. Thank you very much. Let's get some follows in the chat. Let me make sure that I'm following you. How's your stream? Boom. There you go. Follow for you. 10 away from affiliate. Come on, we can do it. Go, guys, go. Remember as well, everyone, ! Vote. Go and vote for your favourite of these colour schemes. See where the... This is doing well. These top 2 are keeping neck and neck. This one's just catching up a bit more. I'm happy to paint any of those 5. And so, I'm looking forward to it. Fisher Outriders. Nice, dude. Space Wolves cutscene. That's clearly not Space Wolves. Yeah, there's a bigger version of that pic. That's blue mottling with bone. Definitely not Space Wolves. I know what you're thinking, though. Like, the old classic, like, duck egg blue. Thick Oz. ! How? We've got a command to help you right there on the screen. Alright, let's get this bit inside his gob. I'm still doing all of the horse face in red, I think. Even where like there's bone showing through and stuff, we can keep all of the beast itself. Well, I don't know. We might change that. I'll see how I think. But right now, that's the plan. Is keep it all bone. Hey, no worries, bro. It's all good. It's all good. And don't forget as well, guys. Feel free to share that that poll on any of your own social medias. There's an Instagram and Facebook post. Share any groups that you're in. Let's try and get the maximum visibility for what we've got given away. Yesterday I spent some time on the old Admin Mondays getting some graphics started. I didn't get as far as I wanted to. I couldn't quite get it to look like how I wanted it to look, this particular graphic. It's like one element that'll be repeated probably 10 times. You know, one for each prize that I've got planned. And, yeah, right. Couldn't quite get it to work, so we've got more work to do on that. It's still on the cards for the next Admin Monday. We forgot to paint the back side of those little brackets. In fact, did GW just scan in some shelves? I swear to God, my mum's got some shelf brackets look exactly like these things. Now we know where GW Miniatures are coming from. They're sneaking around the French countryside looking for people with old decorations, and that's how they're building their new armies. They've been rumbled. Have been rumbled. We're on to you now, G-Dubs. No more of your tomfoolery. Am I able to enter the contest if I live in Canada? Yes. Because it's a hobby voucher to a store of your choice, you see. So the first one's brilliant because it doesn't matter where you live. I send you 50 quid's worth of hobby vouchers. So your geographic location doesn't change the cost for me. The second giveaway, which is for the minis, it doesn't matter where you live because I'll pay the postage, but you do have to be a subscriber for that one. Also, need to do these bits. There's a few of them, 3 of them. This mini would be so much easier to paint in sub-assemblies, but also quite a lot harder from another perspective. Like you'd end up having to paint all of the bits and then put it together and then gap fill it and then painting your transitions, and that's just such a pain. I know we got some people in chat that do large-scale minis, like 54mm and so on. And I imagine you guys have had to deal with that several times. So it's something I really try and avoid. The fucking movement on that is freaking me out. There's the chain here as well. Nearly missed that. We've got his bangle to do as well. Let's do that bangle now before we forget it. God, you definitely cannot rest your hand on that. God, or even the wing. Like, there's a lot of flex to this guy. All right, where was that chain? Just between those two bits of cloak. One wasn't quite mini. One was not quite mini. No. Right, you've been the only one so far to get a repeat on the mini. And Mark, Sons of Rolo, is the only person, aside from the Johnsonator, to win both the mini and the voucher. I mean, that's some definite luck. Like, go and get a lottery ticket that day kind of luck for that. Right, any more random bits of chain? Doesn't look like it. That does need another coat from this side. Not too far off from painting the Ophidian. Nice. Basically, matter. The mini is large enough that if I use a shot glass for it, I'm going to end up knocking it into things like the camera rig and the microphone and stuff. And certainly the outside of the microphone has got that like bobbly thing on it. That will catch a point of the wing or something and it'll snag and it's likely to break. This way, I've got just a little bit more control over where the mini is. It's not like there's a massive difference between this and not, but any little helps, I feel, with this one. So, at least you've done all your meeps. Yeah, that is true. That is true. You went in deep on that. Very deep. Okay, let's start getting some bone down. We've got things like candle tallow and stuff to do. Yeah, we'll paint everything still Legion drab, and then we'll just come in slightly more aggressively with the bone highlights on that. So there's a lot to do. Speaking of Ophidians, though, mine are finished. All the Necrons this morning, after I got back from the garage, I just spent a quick sort of hour putting down 4 entire packets of grass tufts on what we finished off. God damn, there was just green all over. Took them all off the shot glasses. They're upstairs on the table, ready to take some photos of. So if you want to see all of the Necrons that we've done so far in various Necronathons or charity streams, !social. Go and follow along on Instagram, Facebook, or even Twitter. We do have Twitter. And we'll get some pictures up before the end of the week. That might be my job tomorrow, as I'm not going to be seeing Jackie. That might be what we do, is take photos of Necrons. You could in green fires like a moss monster. No, not really. Parts of my desk were. Because there's always like a couple of... is strands the right word? You know, there's always a couple that don't quite stick to the glue that end up just like floating around all over the place. So we ended up with a load of grass on the desk, basically. Looking forward to the OSL stage of this mini, because there's a lot of candles. And because they're quite small, we'll have quite a low amount of light. We'll have to do some really careful work with it. I'm excited by the challenge. It's gonna be fun. As you can see from the brush tip being basically a chisel, we use a very old brush for this. Trying to reserve my new one for when we get to like the tiny highlights and so on. Speaking of OSL, has anyone had a go yet at doing either some of the OSL or some of the base building from the last YouTube video? The how to make your own resin bases. I need an idea. The paint scheme of my racks is a bloody red skin and leathery robes. How should I base them? I have red sand, brown sand, desert paste, and black paste. Remember, you can paint over all of that stuff, right? So as long as you've got different colour paints, you've got any kind of basing scheme. Is that the first part of your army that you've done? Because otherwise, obviously, base it the same as everything else. If you've done anything else that's like Eldari of any description, then do it the same way. It's the first part? Okay, cool. So, did you have a story for your army? Crosby, 20 a month. Big up the Hawk, he says. Fucking legend. Cheers, Rich. That's it, make a mess in the pot. You find OSL the scariest skill to attempt? You tend to not use the airbrush for it, though. Your Angel was like the... Here's what I'm going to do to try and increase my airbrush skill. Practice something that I don't do too much of. So all of your OSL is done by hand. And that is much harder than doing it with the airbrush. The airbrush really does make that very simple. And it's a very quick way of doing something that is a very difficult job. it's still only part of the process. Obviously, you're still needing to go in with a brush and get a load of other work done. But it does take a lot of the difficulty out of the initial section of it, establishing your light values. Put the green and down on the grey, little OSL and lantern. Ah, nice, dude. I'm glad. Zero, no story from so far. I let the racks and decided to do an army. Procrastinated to copy and finish. Okay, cool. So you've got red and leathery robes. What color leather? Are we talking like brown leather or orange leather? Cracked, worn? Have you read any of the fluff for your army? Are you interested in the fluff at all? By fluff, I of course mean the story, for anyone that doesn't understand that. The first time I heard the word fluff in a toy soldier's setting, it confused me, because previous to that point, the word fluff was a polite word that you said if you farted. Oh, I fluffed. And so that absolutely, like, great. I'm stood next to someone that's constantly talking about farts. Oh, I love the fluff. Move away from him. So it's like human flesh. Zero, definitely don't do that. Definitely don't do that. It will look fucking abysmal. I'm really not one for blood effects. Blood effects, I think I've done on one miniature on stream just to show people how to correctly do blood effects, because it's not a case of get some blood for the blood god and go wild. GW need to uninvent that paint. I'm someone that for various reasons has unfortunately seen a lot of the stuff, and none of it looks like that paint at all, especially if it's just slathered on all over the place. It's not fucking Dexter. Is that what Teddy Bear say during sex? I don't know. I've seen Ted, and he never said fluff, so. Still better than Fluffer. Brilliant. Pink Hill, they're the hardest thing to pull off to make look realistic. They're fine if you just want like some comic gore, or if you're trying to replicate something from, say, I don't know, one of those horror movies that's all about blood and guts and stuff. Like Saw or whatever they are. Not my bag. So if you're trying to replicate something from that, it just get lakes of it, you know. But if it's blood on a weapon, most weapons don't hold blood. The blood will run off. That a lot of them actually have that as a design feature, is to get blood off the weapon. Blood makes the weapon sticky. It makes it harder to use. It can make your hand slippery, you know. So getting that away from a sword or a knife blade or something similar, kind of necessary. I pulled the effect of skin by using dark paint, light paint, and coat with blood and highlight with paint. Okay. Well, if you want to show us what you've got, exclamation point whip, and you can pop it in the whip. Submit a few photos, 3 or less. That's what I should put on the whip command, not just a link to Discord, but. Blood is also surprisingly corrosive. Yeah, but not over a short period of time. Unless, of course, you're a xenomorph, in which case, you know, even that too. But yeah, if left to sort of lie in crevices and so on a bit of blade, it will rust the shit out of it. But if you've got a lot of red, I'd go with a green. Like a... Not necessarily a vibrant green, but like a... Here you go, this would be a good one. Dark Marsh from Rival Crafts as some tufts. So they look quite good. You could get some browns down to help it look like a forest. Use some of their forest floor scatter, something like that. That would work quite well. Because it contrasts with what you've got already. For me, the Drukhari are at their absolute scariest when you take into account that they're a piratical raiding force. They will appear almost out of nowhere, jumping out of the webway in a raiding sort of attack, kidnap some of your mates, kill some of your mates, and take you back to Komorra to be tortured if they're lucky. Like, if they're lucky. I'd much rather be kidnapped by a Kabalite warrior than a Rak. Because a Kabalite's just going to torture me and possibly steal my soul. The Rak is going to torture me and then give me to his boss, the Homunculus, to do really horrible shit to me. Like, really, really horrible shit. Dark Marsh is a style of static graphs tufts that are produced by the one and only Sarah at Rival Crafts. Certainly, if you're English, you should, or based in the UK at least, I should say, you should definitely check them out for all of your hobby basing needs. !Rival for a link. But if you live anywhere in the world, Sarah does worldwide shipping, and these are the best grass tufts I have ever used. I use, with the exception of one product, all of my basing is done through Rival Crafts, essentially. Both for the competition pieces that I do and for commissions that get done. So, absolutely world class. Some of these are tricky to get to, but here's what it is. Sadly, EU. Oh, that's fine. Yes, to these fruits, definitely. Yeah. Being turned into furniture is actually like canon as well. Rat catches you, run a risk of living the rest of your life as a living coffee table, basically. Zero, I would go for like forest floor, something like that, because it's a contrast. That look at the base that I'm doing now. I like bases that really are detached from the mini, from a perspective of either a theme or a color scheme. But you can then bring the mini in too. So you're taking your miniature and you're putting it in a place that is a different environment to its own colouring or style. So this one, we've got obviously turquoise, like jade and purple down here, and then red and blue all up here. You know, there's a massive difference between this, and that's intentional. These guys, let's grab those custodes back up. Here's the Telemon again. You've got extremely rich golds and purples stood on top of jade, like a concrete grey, dusty browns. We've got this glowing set of runes and so on. So, you know. Excuse me. Nice poly. I'm going to try and focus that just a little further down. Is this light box you're making to me? one of the best things to take miniature photography pictures in is a light box. But failing that, natural sunlight is great. Tomorrow should be a decent day. Today has been a banger. Today it's been like 24 degrees here. It's been crazy. So hopefully tomorrow you'll have some nice sunshine. You can go and take some pics of your toy soldier. Not necessarily. You can mix up things like skin tone and stuff. Think about the actual army. Like you said, you're based in Europe. Whichever country you're in, think about the army of that country. They probably don't all have the same skin tone. Absolute, like, worst. The smallest possible difference would be that, like, one of them's got a tan and the other one's a bit pasty, you know? So definitely mix it up. Right, other base coats we've got to do. We've got to do some browns, we've got some leather straps, we've got the wood for the scythe, got this bit of tree down here. We've still got a couple of skulls to do on this base, which will be the same base coat as the candles. Same kind of workup, but with different quantities, basically. We've got some roses, some sort of flower. I'm going to paint that as a bone. I'm not entirely certain if it is, but it is now. Wolfsaurus, doing okay, dude. Doing okay. 24C, yeah. Yeah, it's been lovely. How about you? How you doing? Let's leave jokes like that. I know where you were going with it. Wait. Chair just moved back on its wheels, so they did that brush stroke. That was a bit of a shock. Starting my day-to-day night schedule, so barely awake. Oh, fuck. Sorry to hear about the migraine, bro. Zephyr is still definitely a toy soldier. This is a toy soldier. My knights are toy soldiers. It's all toy soldiers. $16 is 18 tomorrow. Nice. Nice. AJ, I'm really glad because I think in the pics that they've taken probably one of the worst angles of it. And I'm not in love with the paint job they've done either. The paint job they've done, she looks like she's got dead skin. Instead of having... Like, so there's lore when Lilith was first created. There was lore of her, like, bathing in baths of basically the most exquisite version of milk and honey, that kind of deal. And and being tended to by slaves and everything else. And I loved the original Lilith miniature. I think that was absolutely peak Lilith, the old one, because she looked like a gladiator, and now I think that she looks like something out of Star Wars, like one of the rebels. She doesn't look like grand champion of the arena to me anymore. I have managed to get my hand. Well, I've bought one from someone that apparently didn't manage to get the box, which is a shame. So I'm hoping that at some point she rocks up, because I've kind of paid for her off of a mate, and he better have got the fucking box. So, you know. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, it's just another, and it seems to be happening a fair bit now, another example of we either haven't taken the best photo, or we haven't painted it quite at the same level of detail as some of our miniatures. Shame. Behave. Shame. Don't know if it's the brand you want on the GW website. Abort, mate. Abort. Your accuracy's worse. You're at 50% now. Hit up the Element website if you're going to be on any website. ! Element. Sergeant Rolf, we did a stream a while back. We painted skin. We did a female face, and I think... No, it wasn't for the Hospitaller. I can't remember what it was we painted. It was a sister. Kyria Draxus. Yes. Well done. We did 2 faces in one go. We did one on Calgart and we did one on Kyria. And I explained how you have to approach a male and a female face very differently. Male faces you generally will find painted with extremely strong and aggressive features. So on my face, which is quite craggly as you can see, like these lines are kind of well, I've got this one right. This one though. These lines are kind of pronounced, and then this line coming down here is slightly more pronounced. On a female face, you need to see something a little bit more rounded, a little bit softer looking, because normally on a Games Workshop miniature, you're having to accentuate the mini and add femininity to it. If we painted, let's say this was the mini that was given away as our giveaway choice. Look at the face here. It's really soft. Yeah, there's no super like chiseled highlights around elements to that face. Nick, cheers, bro. There's no flesh on him. That's a really bad example. I haven't got anything to hand, but you've all seen the GW faces with that like super bright ear, the line and the line. You can't really do that on a female face. Comradson, how you doing, bro? Is it fine for the racks that they are skinned alive and for the flip pellet skin? It's your army, bro. You do... Honestly, you do what you like. Like, don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do as part of your hobby, right? Obviously, if you're looking for advice on something, it's a little bit different, but... you can paint your minis however you like, dude. You can come up with a story for it, and it be your thing. That probably wants to be silver to stand out a little from this. You will be judged. You will be judged. You'll always be judged. Yeah. I see better prices. Yes. Yes, you do. Don't forget to use that code at checkout if you buy anything, mate. Because next time you go back, you'll have basically earned double the loyalty points. And it helps to pay for stream giveaways as well. Saragon! 9 months now, bro. Fantastic. Unfortunately, didn't get in the jar. That's it. You can't enter tonight. Oh, no giveaway mini for you, bro. Oh, I'm kidding. Of course you're eligible. Congrats, though, man. New badge and everything. Shall we do the bone parts bone? Chat, what do you think? I'm tempted to leave all of the creature, the horse, red or blue, and that's it. But what do you think? You said your meats for months? Okay. I think Saragon's like coming into the ring with weighted gloves today. Don't forget, you can spend your meeps today. You're not going to lose them at all. We find a way around it. You won't ever lose your meeps, which is good. But don't try and save them up. Expect to use them on the birthday stream giveaway contest. They will have been wiped before then and reinstated after then. Just bear that in mind. Let's go to red and blue. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Chillmore, how you doing? Stu wants bone. Okay. Red and blue got... Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Sergeant Roth. Mentioned by set Custer Bites from Titanicus at the Castus Knights Peripheron. I've never played Titanicus. It's definitely something I'd enjoy. Fuck's sake. That's why it's not in a shot glass. It's definitely something I'd enjoy, but it's hard enough to get a game of 40k around here. Mostly because people know me and they know that if they play me, they're going to get an experience out of their game. But it's like that Lisa Simpson challenge thing. Like, yeah, I wanted a challenge I could win. So, always tough. Just something different to build and paint. I will warn you now, mate, that the Titanicus and other similarly scaled things have the most insane amount of detail on. And that shouldn't sound like a bad thing. However, all of the detail on them is at the scale of those miniatures. They have just shrunk down the big stuff, essentially. Every single rivet, every single cable, all of the tiny details that you might find hard enough to paint on a big thing are there in miniature. And it means that the whole thing is the same as basically painting eyeballs and nothing else. It's just tough. That's why we're not doing any more... what's the flying game? Aeronautica Imperialis commissions. I've had one guy beg me to paint some bases for him, and I said I'd be happy enough to do that. But I can't fit it into the commission kit. But I'm not painting those planes, man. I'd almost, and this will tell you how much I don't want to paint those planes, but I'd almost rather paint Finecast. That's where we're at. Danny, like hundreds. Whole line would be a bullet or a Helldrake. I'd paint a Helldrake over that again. Yeah, there you go. We've got an aversion scale where Helldrake is a unit of measurement. or a fine cast Helldrake. I mean, if such a thing existed, it would truly be a terror. I'd feel very sorry for the owner of fine cast Helldrake, because they get knocked quite often. You end up having to basically resculpt most of your mini. Metal Thunderhawk, no. No, not without power tools. I mean like proper power tools. It's such a shit model as well. I know everyone like raves about it and so on, but as someone that's been around the hobby for a very long time and saw them when they first came out and saw what happened to one of them in person, the streamers heard that story. Yeah. I never ever have wanted to own one. Right, and here's all the bits of strap. I don't think there's anything else we need to do with this, aside from the bits on the base. Okay. Start painting the vines. Did you do the meme template of your Gumballina? That was absolutely amazing. I really, really got a kick out of that. Definitely best looking meme template I've seen in a while. What happened to the Thunderhawk? That's a long story that someone should probably redeem some channel points for to get me to tell that story, you know? There's a new one in Iron Warriors memes. Let's have a look. What? Oh, brilliant. So Des is campaigning. Exclamation point, vote. Yeah, you're right. I should. It should just be memes. So Des is campaigning for the High Fleet Stabilo to be voted for. It's such a quality meme. Am I wearing the same shirt in both pics? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Is it? Oh, same shirt, different hoodie. Wow. You'll have to try and catch me wearing the correct ensemble. It's not today. We're white with hate written on it. To try and complete the template correctly. But I just love the fact that it's a me version of the guy that's like, and then I don't know the names of any memes, and I'm aware that the memes have names. I don't know what that meme is called. That guy's straight. Ah, right. Got ya. So what's going on with that mini? Yeah, man, there's loads. But even with such a crazy color scheme, we're still kind of keeping it relatively simple. I mean, there's obviously a lot going on, but really we've kept our color palette kind of restricted. We've got purple down here, got red and blue there. That makes purple. So really all we've got is red, blue, and green. Then we're adding in browns, but we're using browns that are very neutral. We're adding in bone. Bone is quite neutral. So yeah, there's loads going on with them. What we're going to do is going to get all the base coats down. Let's see, it is 11:15 now. Damn, time is flying tonight. Helldrake meme, brilliant. How I don't even understand that there's irony of me being a Drake meme. I don't know anything about him, so I just got such an amazing kick out of it last night when I saw it. I was fucking thrilled. So thank you, Gumbelina, for making a meme of me. And what a great face as well. Bone is neutral except when he starts losing. Hey! Well done. Oh shit, this goes well up here. Look at this. Been painting Custodes gold filigree for most of the day. So this feels very familiar right now, just a different blooming colour. When we do the highlights on the base, we're going to start mixing grey into it, basically, to keep it sort of faded into the background and desaturated. SJ, what are you doing? More cheers. Oh, both out. Crisscross. And both out. That's it. You're sinking. Earlier on, it was 75% accuracy. It dropped to 50. I feel the brandy element shopping is getting to you. Now it's a big fat goose egg. Was it the Elliot meme where he's looking at pictures of Mikey or something? Because I think I saw that one. Also, guys, exclamation point how. If you have any meeps are a channel currency. You'll find out by typing in exclamation point meep or meeps. Then you will get, for every 400 of those meeps, 1 ticket. So divide your total by 400. Should be easy enough. There's calculators on computers and phones and things if you can't do it in your head. Or just ask and we'll, help you out. And then type in a command, mar21 space, and then the number of tickets you want to buy. You could win £50 worth of hobby vouchers. He's going at it again. Let's see. Ding ding. Oh, up to 100%. Up to 100%. There you go. Yes, I can see the clover. It's properly having a go. Yeah. It's like a little fan, though. I think we've got self-cooling whiskey. And remember, guys, in 40 minutes, just under. Hey, George, how's it going? But in just under 40 minutes, it will be time to see who is Stream Boss. And Stream Boss gets 10,000 meeps. That's enough for 25 entries into the voucher contest. So currently, Miss Half Damage is a Stream Boss. Exclamation point boss for some information on what to do about that. We've had some epic boss fights in the past as well. So it's always a fun part of the stream. There you go. You're the boss. Erin, you're the boss, but you're on Half-Life. You've been slowly chipped away at by SJ Peters, who is clearly utilizing the death by 1,000 cuts technique to start taking you out. There's been no retaliatory fire as well, so you're looking worse for wear. 5 meeps off another ticket. SJ, give it 5 minutes, you'll have enough. That simple. Rocky used to frequently kill himself as the boss. Like, very frequently kill himself as the boss. I'm pretty sure after he did it the first time, it's like, right, I'm going to do this every time now. It's really difficult to get my brush just at the root of this without hitting the stairs. So you kill the boss using bits. You kill the boss using any like interaction on Twitch, basically. If somebody follows, the boss takes damage. If somebody subs, the boss takes damage. So if you gift a sub, somebody else will do damage to the boss. But remember, if that kills the boss, they become the boss. So careful. But donations, which is probably why Miss Half Damage made the boss earlier on. For third donation to go to the car fund. So thank you again. Donations, subs, cheers, follows. Pretty sure that's it. Pretty sure that's it. Right, a few more vines to do. It's a hype train with a different name. Yeah, sort of. I know, George. I'm still waiting to hear back from Twitch about partnership. We've got a month to go, just under, before the streamiversary, and I'm really, really hoping that over the next 4 weeks we do hear back from them, and it's a yes. I think we've been crushing the viewership numbers. We just need the chat to keep chatting. You know, the more active everyone is in chat, the better it looks for Twitch. So by all means, ask questions. Chat amongst yourselves as well. You know, we've got a good community of people here. It's great. I'm not worried about it. It's one of those things I've got very little control over whether we make it or not. You know, I've put a lot of work in, and if we get it this time round, we get it this time round. But I also know a lot of streamers that have applied for it, and you know, it's just not happened for them. And these have been streamers that are long-standing, that are people I respect as well. So, you know, we'll see what we see. That's it. You ever heard about... I don't even know how to say that word, so I'm going to say no. I'm helping by keeping the chat looking busy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Be a thought. I mean, I think if I carried on, like, not watching what I ate, I think we'd be at a solid C cup right now, but I'm thinking I'm back down to a B. So, you know. I'm not a dancing monkey, here just for your entertainment and engagement points. Oh. I literally had it written down. Stu Redacted was a dancing monkey. I've got to go and change my show notes. 80 Lewis coming in with a cheer. Wow, that's terrible. You got 1 out of 4. Nice. Nice. See, for me, I'm just doing walking. I'm eating not like a punitive diet or anything. But my dinner tonight was slightly unusual. I basically over the weekend. For the weekend. Oh, here we go. Here's Danny coming in with all the robots. He's gonna try and fill up that glass. He's done reasonably well. I'm gonna say it's at least 70% went in. Good shot. AD's coming back in with some more. Don't shoot your load too early, guys. Remember, that boss battle's not decided until exactly 11:25. We will get a clock up. It'll just sit here. Yoga, walking, frisbee golf, and eating veggies and protein mainly. Nice. I drink a lot of water. I walk with my missus, and tomorrow, for the first time in a while, because it's Wednesday and I go for a walk on Wednesdays, I won't be seeing Jackie, but I'm going to go for a walk. I get to walk along the canal, I think. The weather is lovely. So, might do a double, which is a shade under, like, 9 miles. Maybe a good walk. Be a good walk. I love how frisbee golf is froth. I don't know why that's like froth. Brilliant. Des, okay. Do you mean whilst running at high speed? Like if you see a skinny man pegging it whilst pegging it, it might be Des. To Apollo Radcliffe. What? Do not finish and have a cry about it. Oh, I see Danny's trying to work out the optimum number of cheers. How do the bits work? The bits, they're kind of a thing. It's like a Twitch's own currency. You know how a lot of games have a currency that you buy? Well, Twitch has like a global currency for Twitch that you buy using real money from them, and then you can basically gift that to streamers to show your support. And then Twitch, like you earn money from people doing that. SJ, bits everywhere now. AD Lewis got in the way with some of those cones. Oh, it's all going crazy now. It's like FIFA coins, yeah, that kind of thing. You know, arcade tokens, yes, exactly that. Like Riot points if you played League of Legends, and a load of other games have got similar kind of currency that you use for microtransactions, that sort of style of thing. Oh, he's got a belt we haven't painted. That's not going to be hard to paint at all. Mr. Chillmore with a big cheer. He's like, I am the boss now. Going to play Sunset Park in Vegas last year. Oh, this is the froth thing. Cool. So like that. There you go. Exactly like that. Yeah. Yeah. Since the first lockdown, I lost around 28 kilos. Nice, dude. Can I get Hype Train running? Right now, I don't want to think about anybody in the stream running because Des taking a poo on the move has kind of invaded my headspace a bit. It's not a pretty image. Why did they have to put this detail in here? Underneath a cloak that you really, really don't want to be getting paint on. And above another cloak that you don't want to get paint on. Gonna have to get the posh brush. The newer brush to hit that. AJ Sadler coming in with a bigger go this time around. Oh! Exploding the pot! It's referring to quantity rather than stature, but hey, You mean for you, it's less of a courtesy flush, it's more of a don't want it to overflow. Oh, it's getting crazily out of hand now. 80 donations, all the different bits. The can of salt makes it in. You get a biggest wiener ticket for donations. Brilliant. I don't like having anything donation related on the stream. It always feels to me a little bit like I've got a fucking begging bowl out, and that's not the purpose of the stream. Like, we have things that we do to like help generate income. Obviously, we do subscriber only giveaways, and obviously we have the stream boss battle and stuff, which it helps. But I can't do the straight up asking for money thing. I don't care about what other streamers do. That's fine. But for me, it's just a personal thing. Even like friends and family, I can't do it. I'll just go hungry than ask somebody for help with that. The biggest D is in the corner at the moment, like the top left. That's definitely the biggest dick. So, Toony Sprues, good luck with that. Poop knife. No. No, y'all are just wrong. Right, let's make a greenish tinted skin tone. So let's go with not necrotite. Let's try bog moss and sickly skin. Here comes the ink. No. Go in a mix of these two. Right, 25 minutes left in the boss battle. Don't know the quantities for this mix, so just to get a little more. What's more wrong? It's leaving you a job in the pan for a week. Look, it's only a necessity if your diet is just not good, right? Mr. Chillmore, I'm testing this out, don't mind me, he says. All the doggos in the glass. Bits everywhere. Is bit getting. AD Lewis still getting in there. Big chunk taken out of Mr. Chillmore's life as well. Right, let's leave him there a second, work on this mix. Yeah, you guys can see what's going on. So you got a little sickly skin. And we'll add a meat pair to it, because that's the key to any blend. We just add a little. I think that's fine for a base coat, actually. Maybe a little lighter. Yeah. Cool. That's going to be our dead flesh style base coat. OnlyFans. Fuck. Hot tub streams, that's the new way. No. We've even got somewhere that a hot tub is meant to be installed. But fuck that. Fuck that. Des, is that actually true? Machete, no. No, there's no extra medium here. There's like little blobs of water here and there, but I tend to go to Twitch and only watch like painting streams, basically. Jeez, Des. You've made a Bono! Mortarion. Mortarion is a very cool mini. He was not the most fun thing to paint. But when you're done, God, it's impressive. Can you imagine hot tub painting? Like, your hands would be slightly wet. Nothing would ever dry on the mini. The only upside I can think of is if you need to wash your brush out. Oh, Machete, that episode makes me wince at things like that. That's so gross. Just like, literally this. Done. Good God. I'm assuming in your 20s, like, the thought of fibre hadn't really occurred to you. Jesus. No, bleaching the brush. Oh, there we go. There we go. Can't even do that. There's no upside to painting in a hot tub. Miss Half Damage has shown us the way. Wait, do you know this from, like, experience? Are you a hot tub painter? Hot tub highlights, and I mean that in the painting sense, not like. Yeah, no sneezing. I drop my minis way too often to even consider this. Fair enough. Played D&D in a hot tub. Can confirm. Minis did get dropped. So, when I was playing D&D, like, no one even thought about using minis. This was way before the Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. I use that word carefully because my housemate has a shitload of them, and they're not great quality. Ah, fuck. Oh, Gumbalina. You mean it's just like setting out a mold? Oh, God. Take a gander at Just Chatting section tonight, you'll see what I'm saying. Fair. Look, whatever works, you know? I get it. I appreciate the term is thought. I had to get my housemate to explain this to me, but I'd already been a streamer by the time I had this explained, so I didn't understand that this was a thing. Obviously, like, brilliant Pulp Fiction. Very, very new to a lot of this sort of stuff a couple of years back. I didn't expect that to be a thing, but that, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. Like, if people want to go and do that and people want to support that, that's totally up to them. I hope they all get something out of it. I am aware, though, that this is the kind of thing that happens and then, like, some real life shit then manifests as a result. So, Chat Son Des. Oh my God, Jaeger. Wow. Showed Son Des. I think this is a pretty shit topic of conversation, to be honest, but, you know, you're allowed to keep plugging away at it. Just gotta, you know, keep throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks. So we get what thought means. I've never seen that breakdown of it. Thought is actually a Shakespearean term, right? Like, it comes from that far back, and it's basically. I think he only used it to reference a woman, but I can't see why you couldn't use it both ways. But it's just somebody that basically does things to garner attention for the purposes of making money. I don't care. Like I said, it doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. I could have sworn we painted that chain, but apparently not, because the top didn't get a paint. Didn't get any paint. Matt, how you doing, bro? one more, well, 5 more minutes, and you're good. And it's... Oh, my God. I've just seen your comment, Pink Hill. Well done. Well done. Firstly, it was a door, alright? A-Cold, that's... No. No. Technically, he wasn't throwing. You're absolutely right. Malchete. Well done. Well done. I think it deserved it. Oh, Mr. Chillmore in there with a snipe as well. Wow. Wow, that was some low-hanging fruit you just got, bro. Brilliant. Yeah, you get one meep every minute, but the bot only awards it in 5-minute intervals. So you probably won't get enough to get another ticket. In fact, you definitely won't get enough to get another ticket, unless you do like a donation or a gift sub or something like that to help it along. AJ is after this. Small explosion in the whiskey jar. It's good. Gumbalina, I think the technical term for that is a clinker. Well done, though, mate. Well done. Lol, lots of love. Yeah, something like that. Oi, mate. Robot's going in. And SJ, clovers everywhere. 3 out of 5. Right, the way that the boss battle will work, because there's frequently a little bit of a jam in the bot, is at exactly 11:30. Any commands that are still being processed get counted. Anything that comes in after that no longer gets counted. Okay, that's the way. That's how we do it. So we see what happens once those commands have resolved themselves with relation to this, and then whoever the boss is at that point, they're the winner. I thought it was a perfectly Italian job. You're supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Nice one. Nice one. I was just so happy I hadn't hit my bag. You know? So happy. Okay, we've got some flowers on the base to do, but I kind of want to do those after we've hit the base with a load of washes. They're kind of small, delicate details. There's a few bits of gold that just need a little bit of a touch-up, I've noticed, around here. So let's just get a second pass on some of that. Mr. Chillmore, love the model, by the way, he says. Thank you very much, bro. You'll notice that your cheers have just healed yourself. If you cheer and you're the boss, then you are healing. It's everybody else that does damage. You just boost yourself back up. Oh, bro, I'd love to get some wrestling emotes. I was thinking earlier on today about merch. Okay, merch has been sort of on my mind since the night, and I haven't had time in this Admin Monday to look at merch. I mentioned that when we gave the prizes away, those 2 t-shirts the other day. that it would be maybe a couple of weeks before I had a chance to even look into it, let alone then you get your prize. But I was thinking about like wrestling inspired shirts, like Mohawk 316. I just airbrushed your ass, you know, not necessarily that, but that kind of level of inspiration. Is that something people would be interested in if you ended up with a couple of designs? And for a Macho Man shirt, oh yeah, Mohawk is ready. Lucha Libre Mohawk logo. Yeah. But the one I was thinking of was like Austin's like vest. So have like the knight face up here. I think no, he'd have it on that side. The knight face there, Mohawk written down the top, and then like 316 underneath the knight face, and then like a quote on the back, or you know, that kind of thing. So Mohawk wrestling merch would be amazing. I think it would be fun. Brush with Death, brilliant. How about one with a bear pinning Jerry's foot? So that's the kind of thing that I'd like to see, but we don't have. It would have to be the knight like led down, and then the bear on top. And then because of the way it is, I'd rather it was the other way round. I'd rather it was like the knight pinning the bear, but we can't just use a bear. We have to use something that's at least Warhammer-ish related, right? So. Dear oh dear, you guys are sick. Something wrong with you all. Mr. Chillmore still going strong. Getting their heels in. An orc. Jay standing on Valrak's fist corpse. Man. Yeah. Quote, I ordered the pie dish for oils. I've not eaten 20 pies. No, that was Ben. Right, let's open this up. And we should. There it is. AJ, how about a bloodthirster instead of the bear? Yes. Brilliant. Everything resized. One sec. God, it feels like a Hellstorm stream. That's better, right? You know, just from here. The bottom part of that shrunk up. Right, there we go. You've got less than 9 minutes. 316, when shit hits the wall, just paint. Like it. How about like waffle stomping a cheesecake? God, that's just horrible. That's just horrible. Master Max, that's harsh. That's harsh. Mikey gets way more viewers than that. Oh, that was a bit nasty. Right, silver for those little rings on the headgear. Recess getting in. You've got 13 minutes left in that voucher giveaway. It's 11:30 that voucher gets given away. So not long left to go now. We'll do a quick roll call in a second. Once I've painted these two little bits of metal. Throwing it on some more Bitsy Nipsey. Brilliant. Still healing himself. I had to put that Biscoff cheesecake in the freezer so that when Jackie comes around at the weekend, she can have some. Okie doke. A little bit on the underside of that chain that I missed earlier on. Let's go and look for anything else that might have been missed. I think we've got everything. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is hit this guy with a gloss varnish next up. Because all of this has been painted with ink so far. Aside from what we've done tonight, everything was acrylic ink, which means it's very, very, very thin. So I'm going to do a gloss varnish to really lock all that down. Let that dry. And then we can get a load of washes going on this. I think that's definitely too much machete. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a few tournaments that might not let me go back if I wore that at an event. Right, 6 minutes and counting. Too many sprues. You want to get involved. Spend them meeps. What are those reds using? It was red ink. It's flame red from Dalarani. And then we mixed a little of that up with one of the oranges from there as well. There you go. AJ starting to sing. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. Right, let's have a look at everyone's tickets. That will do that. Yeah, that's what I expected. We want this. So, currently in the giveaway, we've got, if I don't call your name, you haven't bought your tickets, exclamation point, how to find out how to get in. Viking XDK with only 5. Rebelson, Fin of a Shark, Rhiannon, Stu Redacted, Tilts, Melchete, Leech, Sons of Rolo, Acold, Nemod, Mada, AD Lewis, Datsun Dez, Wooden Spoon. Matt's going big for the voucher this time round. That's all I'll say. Matt's gone in hard on this. Crooked Grin, Jason, Ogrekin, Breathe Hole, Daddy Tubbs, SJ Parters, Too Many Sprues, Divox, Dark Lord of Caliban, Banzos Arms, Lord Getface, Spooked Skellingtons, Honor Sanguinius, Big Brom, Main Unit, also gone in hard for this. AOG Chain, SW Miniatures, Muad'Dib, Crownblade, Commissar Bob 2, Master Mouse, I'll Print You One, Spleen, Jaeger, AJC 72. Never Too Many Socks. Cool username. I like that one. Miss Half Damage, Sergeant Rolf, Dreadfear, Drunk Mystic, Nil Desperandum, AJ Sadler, Thickos, Sergeant Major 22, Bubba J, Epic Ants, Liamski, Seragon, That Nerdy Guy, Lethal Styles, Mr. Chillmore, Wampasaurus, Tyran, Polly, The Woodster, Mr. Enigma, Crosby with his traditional 1 ticket. That's all he ever buys. 1 ticket. Chimo, Recess, Scrublord, Gumbelina, M. Graining, and Tolton just got in as well. We're raffling off. Well, I suppose we're raffling off. We're basically giving it away. We haven't put in any actual cash. But somebody is going to get a £50 hobby voucher. Soon. Very soon. Within the next 10 minutes. Okay? You've got 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't remember reading out his name. I don't think he's in. You should get in. Pin kill. Exclamation point how. To find out how. And then here's the command that you need. Rhiannon, it could be you. Could be you. Is there anything else I can do to this guy before the gloss varnish? I don't think so. I don't want to paint any of these bits because that's basically going to be done by doing the OSL. Yes, gloss and washes is the next step. That's kind of where we're at. Okay, is there anything else I can do in the meantime? We've done all the stuff for the Necrons that I could do. We've got all this Custodes stuff up and running. Don't want to get involved on any of that right now. Wow. I've got nothing that's like a quick job on anything, which is weird. What gloss varnish do I use? I use the Vallejo polyurethane gloss. I mix that 2-to-1 with airbrush thinner, not flow improver. and I pre-mix it as well. So this has got that mixture in there already. It means that I've always got... it's right here, AJ. I can always see exactly like how much I've got left. I don't have to worry about like doing it and then like mixing up too much, too little, or whatever. I've just got some I can just add into my airbrush. Same way, I have pre-mixed primer as well. This is a thinner bottle. There's a, you can hear it. There's a little ball bearing in there, a stainless steel BB. Keeps that from settling down too much. Haven't even started the Death Watch yet. Haven't even like taken any of it out of the box. Speaking of stuff that's in a box, though. Speaking of stuff that's in a box. I don't even know if he's still here, but Viking, your commission turned up today. 4 Halverinos to be done. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 1 minute. 1 minute. Like I said, at exactly past, whatever the last command that's been going in has resolved, that's the boss. Any commands that come in after that, they're not counted. But it means that if the bot gets clogged up with a lot of people trying to win the boss, then you're okay. Your commands will not have gone to waste. Mystery box equals 1 Land Raider. High hopes. And I tend to only give away useful or good things. Land Raider is neither of those two. Right, down to the last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the boss is Mr. Chillmore. Oh, you were too late! You were too late. You tried for a very calculated snipe. And you were a second out. And it didn't get the kill as well. Oh, Danny. Danny, Mr. Chillmore. It's you, bro. Let me give you your meeps. So 10,000 meeps. Boom. All yours, bro. Spend them. Spend them. Do it now. Right. 4 minutes to get on this giveaway. What can I do? What? This is such a weird feeling. God, there must be something I can paint. I don't think there is. I think we may as well do some gloss varnish in there. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to gloss varnish. Paint your nails? No. I hate paint on my hands. Like, very rarely to show people glazes, I'll glaze on my thumb. But I immediately, like, clean it off. I hate painted hands. Mishap damage, it's not that I've actually run out of things to paint. It's I've run out of things that I can paint and only put, like, 10 minutes worth of work onto. Thunderhawk story. Alright, Matt wants the... no, Malchete redeemed. Malchete redeemed. So, Malchete, it's up to you. What story would you like to hear? We need a sound alert for Tell a Story, I think. I don't know if we can do that for channel point things. Pick a topic, right? Go for the Thunderhawk. Okay, Thunderhawk story it is. So some of you have heard this one. The Metal Thunderhawk was obviously one of the largest miniatures that were released. Guy from Midwinter Minis, I think, has done a video on it. Certainly, Emil has done a couple of videos on it now. And I found this like a version of the me I'm working on. It was made by a 3-year-old. Brilliant. Brilliant. Anyway, it was £400. It was 40,000 pence, which meant that nobody was likely to buy one. You had to be a really extreme hobbyist and be someone that it was old enough at the time to have that kind of disposable income. This was released in, I want to say, 97. And I remember being in a Games Workshop. It was the one in Gloucester, when somebody came in that had bought one. And not only had they bought one, they had painted it in the same colour scheme as their entire Space Marine army. Their entire Space Marine army was properly bright eye cancer green. Like an absolutely shocking, vibrant green. Their entire Marine army. They must have had like well in excess of 400 miniatures in this Marine army. Terminators, Tactical Marines, Land Raiders, Rhinos, all painted up with this green. And then they got a Thunderhawk gunship. And they glued it all together. They didn't pin any of it. And that's important. They glued it all together. And they painted it, they sprayed it white, and then they painted it green. And they did a good enough job of the green that it wasn't super streaky. You know, it was like a couple of coats, easily. But green. Super green. You've got 30 seconds left on this contest, so buy your tickets now. If you haven't bought them already, now is the time. Anyway, the Gloucester store manager was like, "Oh, dude, this is amazing. It's amazing. I really love it. Can we display it?" And this guy was super excited. Most of his stuff looked a bit, you know. AJ, you haven't got enough left. Mr. Chillmore has managed to get another ticket or two. Crooked Grin is in. I'll leave it to... I'll tell you what, I'll finish the story, and then we'll do the draw. Okay, so you've got some time. You've got time. We can bin off the clock tab thing, though. That can go. So, it used to be a real thing back then to get your mini in a GW cabinet. And this guy's, like, most of his stuff wasn't amazing. I mean, mostly because of this. And there wasn't a lot more to it. It was a lot of this and then maybe some black bolters. None of it had highlights on or anything like that. It was a very basic looking army. So he was chuffed. He was like, yeah, that, oh, yes, please. And we just stood there just looking at this thing. And like, that is awful, but it is quite cool at the same time. Skeptic, how you doing? You've got literally to finish the story to get in on the giveaway. So, !how, get on it. So, the GW manager has two cabinets, alright? One of them is a square cabinet, just like mine behind me. Just like this one, right? Not lit up, but just like that. The other one is a rotating cabinet. And the square one has got a couple of store armies on it. It's got some intro table stuff on it. I can't remember exactly what version of the game we're at the time, but I'm pretty sure it was Battle for Macragge, Tyranids, and Ultramarines, and probably High Elves for Fantasy. I don't remember if that's completely correct. JM Raza, you were not entered, so you might have miscalculated your meeps. It's 400 meeps per ticket. So the manager decides that the easiest one to clean off one of the shelves for is the rotating one. It's got a few people's minis there, and he's like, right, cool, we can just put these into this cabinet in a few little random places, and we're good. So he takes this Thunderhawk gunship, which weighs about 4 pounds. No, I think more than that. Isn't it like 4 kilos? It's a hefty beast. But he takes this Thunderhawk and places it reverently on the top shelf of this turning cabinet. And he closes the door, locks the door, and we all walk up to the cabinet. We're about to go like around and maybe stand outside so we can see it moving and all that stuff. And the cabinet is turning, and then it judders, and then the shelf falls. because he's got this gigantic fucking Thunderhawk on the top shelf of this thing. Now, we all watch in horror as that shelf tips off its bearings, it breaks something inside, the Thunderhawk slides down to the shelf below, breaks through that shelf, still going, breaks the next shelf, breaks the next shelf, hits the bottom shelf. There are minis everywhere. There's broken glass all through this fucking thing. The manager's just like... The guy whose Thunderhawk it is looks like he's about to cry or poo or both. Very conflicting emotions on his face. This Thunderhawk is in at least like 30 bits. Like I said, none of it was pinned. None of it was pinned. That thing was held together with super glue and dreams. The manager's like, I'm really sorry. I'll fix it. I promise I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll put it together. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And that was the story of the Thunderhawk gunship. It's the only time I've ever seen one. It didn't last very long. The manager probably had to explain to his boss, and probably his boss's boss, what it was that he'd done there. Because they had to replace the entire cabinet. And they weren't cheap, because they had lights in, they had the turntable, like, shelves in, all of that sort of shit. It was fucked. There were so many minis he had to replace for the store. Which meant for the next 3 months, he was repainting boxes of Marines, boxes of elves and things like that to rebuild the armies that belonged in the cabinet. Rough. Right, that's it. Did it get fixed? I believe so. Gloucester wasn't my local store. It was very, very rare that I was there. So, there you go. There you go. I will never not pin again. Absolutely. Pinning is where you take 2 parts of a miniature and then you drill a hole into them. You insert a rod between those two to give it extra stability. Imagine something like reinforced concrete. Yeah. It's tragic. It is a bit tragic. Right. It's time. Giveaway is about to be drawn. So since the last readout, which was Tolton, we've got Weird Boy, Jimbo, Pinkhill TV, Wolfgar, Faces and Bases, Little Dick Big Heart, Skeptic, and Splat. I'm going to close the giveaway. And main unit's gone deep. 200 tickets. The average that we're getting for people is about 20 tickets. Main unit, 200. 10 times as likely. About a third as likely as this guy. Wooden Spoon Wargaming, you're looking like you're in a dominant position here on the tickets. Do you have anything from us using channel points? No. No, channel points are there for, like, fun things, basically, not for contests. Right. The winner is... unsurprisingly... Wooden Spoon Wargaming. Oh, thank fuck for that. Only because Amazon Prime, you put your command in, and I thought I'd, like, double-clicked it, and it was going to be you that won, but it wasn't. It was Matt. Well done, Matt. Congratulations. I'm not doing the Mikey clap like this. Oh, he does this now, doesn't he? Not doing that. Not rigged. Definitely. Hang on. That's the first time you ever said that. He spunked. Like, a lot. A lot. Well done, dude. Where would you like your voucher for? So, message me. You've got my number. You've got Discord. You've got here as well, obviously. I'm guessing Element. But anywhere is all good. First time ever winning. Oh my god, it is as well, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, congrats, bro. Get the voucher for, I'll print you one. As long as it's not neoprene. Or a t-shirt. Or a mug. Pink Hill, peace. Right. While Matt is deciding where he wants his voucher for, we're going to bin this off. This is done. Oh. 40k game, will message you tomorrow. Sounds good to me, bro. Right, this one is sub only. There's no cost. Good luck to everyone. We're going to start the whip now as well. So the giveaway is opened. And we need to go back. Ah, damn, I didn't update it on these. One sec. Oh, maybe I did. Bang it. We're going to start the whip. So exclamation point whip. Can we show us what you've been working on while we run this giveaway? Get Discord up. Let's look at the memes. Brother, this is a routine test to check if you're affected by the Black Rage. What do you see in this image? I certainly don't see Horus. Flawless. Brilliant. Well done. The Blood Angel has passed. He is not afflicted by the Black Rage. I saw this one earlier on. This one crushed me. Was that a good meme? Yes. Now let's go. I can't. I'm stuck. This looks weird. This looks really weird. And as much as someone's obviously put the time in sorting this out, they look so bad. Not a fan. But this was genius. I thought that was great. Like, one piece goes in. Oh, dunk. I loved it. Right, the whip. Close up, Bob. Photos a bit shite, but working on some odds and ends of Marines and experimenting with drivishing. Lots of drivishing. Okay. The photo is very shit. You're right. It's usually best to take a photo with a light source the same side of the miniature as you. I find that helps a little bit. Top tip for you tomorrow, Too Many Sprues, is that, by the way. Weird Boy getting his sub on 5 months. You need to put that command in again. Oh, wait. Yeah, you still do. You still do. Divox. We'll do a roll call later on. If you're not in when I call out, then you're good. Is it all your pictures in your kitchen? Nice. Right, contrast cranked up a bit, getting close to adding wings. Realise her ear blends in, but it's in shadow. Could use advice on that. Yeah, you're right. It really does, actually. Okay, first off, this is looking a lot more like amped up than last I saw. I would highlight the ear to the same point as the work you've done on the shoulder and the side of the face, because it's very high up. I appreciate it's going to be a little shadow of the horn above it, but not too much. But yeah, I just go brighter with it. Like, really, really pull it out of the hairline. My submission is older than what you're watching out. Okay, Skeptic, post it again. And the only reason I say it is because we start at the start of the stream with the whip, and that's it. And I don't like making exceptions. I did see your Hellboy. I just didn't have time to respond to your sort of ask for advice and so on. You're a Patreon. Are you a Patreon? I always make time to respond to Patreon whip stuff. Right, side view. Is that a cast line that I can see right there? That's a shitter, isn't it? I'd leave it. Fixing that, no, I wouldn't. Are you doing anything more with the hair from this side? I know you've gone for like a dirty blonde look, and the hair definitely has that kind of slightly dirty, slightly greasy kind of tone to it. Just wondering if there's anything else you could do. You could maybe like very, very lightly glaze in some darker red or something. That would also help with the ear as well. Yeah, you could do red. You could do... purple's going to be too much of a departure. But something like that, just to just get into some of the shadows a little bit, and then it will break up a little bit more. It definitely looks like lank, dirty, unlooked after hair. Flesh side, my god, what a difference in the mini from that side. That's mad. I'm assuming a little divot up here is because the wing sits in there, yeah? Yeah, wolf, I know what you mean, right? There's a crack. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen that part. Yeah, super solid. Love the skin tones. Very well lit. Have you painted a freckle on her back? You have, haven't you? That's a little freckle. That's some excellent attention to detail. Probably dirt. Make it a freckle. Yeah, maybe add one or two others. Looking spot on though. Top work. You've been working on this a long time now, and it's nice to see it like getting to the stage where it's nearly fully assembled as well. Keep it up. Right, Drunk Mystic. Chimera Head's progress. Still more to do, but so pleased with how this guy is developing. I like that. With your yellow, you've got a very desaturated part of the beak. And for that, I'd glaze a little orange into it. Make it really thin. Take your time. Use maybe even up to like 6 or 7 passes to start to slowly build it in there. But I really, really like that next to the kind of cold blue teal that you've got. Have to do other stuff, make things exhausting to do high slope. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That level of concentration and care on something that you're still, you're still sort of learning how to do. You're still teaching yourself with that because it was a lot of the airbrush work. Yeah, it takes it out of you. This looks great though, dude. Yes. Yes, definitely. The horns still need doing, but adding the tongue in there, that little kind of snout looking tight. Solid work, dude. Solid work. Keep it up. Keep it up. Right, finish with the Marine today. Again, mate, I appreciate you might not have much control over this based on where things sit in your room, studio, study, whatever this might be. But you need the light in front of the Mini if that's where you're taking a photo from. all I've really got out of this is a bit of green and a bit of red, and I can't even see if they're applied well, I'm afraid, dude. I'm really sorry. I can't really give you anything out of this. But you've done some painting, and that's what really matters, so it's all good. Pink Hill. Right, these are the Outriders that I did. Nice. Salamander Outriders. I like the red in the faces. I think that looks pretty cool. Bases look good. Yeah, a lot of dry brushing. Definitely, I'd check out the steps to boost your bases over on YouTube for that one. Mystery box roll over, or is it there? No, Stu. It rolls over. There's no. Oh, by the way, this is what was in the box. You either win one of these two, or the contents of the box. And if the box isn't opened, it gets sealed till next month. It's happened twice. In all of its time, it's happened twice. So, no, it's there. The blood you've put on the sword is not my favourite thing. In general, I don't like it. That's the thing about a chainsaw. As soon as you pull that trigger, the teeth whir round at, say, 10,000 RPM, right? That blood's not sticky. It's going to come flying straight off. You know, you'll get a little bit on the flat part of the blade, you know, the housing for the motor and so on, but that's all. Also, it's a chainsword. If you're going to put blood on it, it's going to be messy, which means that when he makes the strike that's made the kill, that's put some blood on there, that blood is being fired everywhere. You know, he's going to end up with that all up his arm, all down the flank of his bike. But it'll be spots of, tiny spots of. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Right, 2D sprues. It's taken me a month on and off, but finally calling it done. Extremely happy with the model, and I've definitely learned a lot. Yes, mate. Big time. Did you add anything to the beak earlier on? I can't see a difference, but that doesn't mean you haven't. Good job on the text. You've gone right up to the edges of the scroll, which I'd always try and avoid. But sometimes it can be hard to not hit them. Essentially, think about if you took an A4 sheet of paper and wrote your name on it, you'd probably write it somewhere in the middle. And if you have to write it bigger, you'd write it bigger, but somewhere in the middle. You probably wouldn't go literally edge of the page to edge of the page, you know? Also, you may have wanted to use slightly more contrast with that. You've kept your colour scheme kind of together with it, which I like. I don't dislike that at all. Maybe making that purple either really, really dark, almost black, or changing the scroll work to just be a scroll parchment kind of colour. Letters are hard. Like, I have trouble. A lot of trouble. But it's all good, dude. You definitely push yourself with this. You're happy with it. That's what matters. See, look at those wings. That blue wash, that little bit of separation in there, that's all you needed. Really, really happy that this has come out like this. Painting those wings is such a bastard job as well. Yeah, gold and blue, good contrast. You basically got metallic yellow with gold, you know. Yeah, solid work, dude. Good luck taking photos tomorrow. Miniac did a video all about miniature photography, which you should probably check out. It was one of his older ones, but Google on YouTube, search on YouTube for Miniac photography, and you'll probably get something close to it. But good stuff, mate. Right, Saragon. Potato quality shots, my full army. Depending on loadout, it's around 2,000 points painted up. Bulk rating is 4th edition Tau army box and a current start collecting Tau box. So you've got a load of Fire Warriors, some Kroot, a load of floaty boys with guns, a couple of characters, and some version of a MDF gazebo we'll go with. Yeah, letters, like Gumbly is saying, letters is basically the same as any kind of freehand. Don't write a letter as if like you're writing a letter, just make the shape of the letter. The more impressive boys, right, here we go. You can tell there's been a difference in time period between some of this being painted and now. Only thing I've used my laser cutter for, my mum stole it for quilting. That's some fucking hardcore quilt she's making if she needs a laser cutter to get through that. Right, here you go, son. Here's your quilt. It's made out of cast iron. Kapong! Like it, man. My current whip are 2 Tetras. Nice. These are the ones that were super shiny. Very happy that engines look for a distance, but they're student level oils, so look a bit chunky when you get close in. Ah, I see. Not tempted to have airbrushed those then? Like, what made you choose oils for that? Des? Do you live alone by any chance? Oils are on my desk and I couldn't find my masking tape. I don't need masking tape. Just do it. Go on. Next time, just like freeball it. Go for it without. Yeah, alright. Nobody needs masking tape. It helps. You could do it. Nice, dude. Looking forward to seeing them finished. If I'm honest, seeing how they fit with the rest of your army, because they are very different to everything else. Alright, Tim. Working on the colours I want to use on the second photo. Cool, these are test models for what you got coming up. Looking good. Yeah, one on the left looks a little... Well, it looks a little cleaner than the one on the right. The one on the right, the arm looks like you need at least another coat, if not 2, of that bone. There's a little, like, patchy finish to it. Especially the legs. Other than that, though, mate, looking good so far. You need to try and find a way of separating the purity seals, especially the cloth element of that, from the bone armor. You could... there's nothing wrong with painting them black. You know, do some white ink text on them and stuff like that. They'd stand out, obviously, almost maximum color scheme at that point, but, you know, they'd work. Or you could do them more in a grey to white as well. So... a couple of different options. But overall, I like what you're doing. There's a lot of Termies out of paint. I've got some Deathwing Terminators coming up. I just need my client to have sent me the rest of them before I get started. Not long to go. Dark green. You could do dark green. I'd probably do the seals. No, I'd probably keep the seals in red. Yeah. You could use dark green. You could do anything. It doesn't have to be paper. And even paper in the 21st century comes in many colours. So, you know. Bit of a shark, it's all good. It's all good. Right, before we go on to Bubba J, let's have a quick look who's in. Remember, this is either the Lord of Virulence or the Catachan Ripper Jackson miniature, or the contents of the mystery box. Exclamation point, Mar 21 mini. Oh, the Aquillas. No, I kind of like him in the grey he's got there, actually. I think that looks quite cool. But currently in is Seragon, Sergeant Rolf. If I don't call out your name and you're a subscriber, exclamation point, Mar 21 minutes. Right down there at the bottom of the screen. That's Des, main unit, Finivishar, Melchete, Landarus, AD Lewis, Master Mouse, Scrublord, Abantos Arms, Jason 1926, Epic Ants, Jaeger, Rhiannon, Janelle Sen, hi Janelle, Lord Gitface, SW Miniatures, Mada, Liamsky, Divox, Never Too Many Spoons, Wooden Spoon Wargaming, go for the repeat, AJ Sadler, Skeptic, Crosby, Gambelina, Too Many Sprues, Hellstrom Guy, Breathhole 1, Stu Redacted, MC, Dark Lord of Caliban, SJP, Parters, Lethal Styles, Woodster, Detson's Dog, AOG Chain, Crooked Grin, Weird Boy, AJC 72, A-Cold, Nemod, Miss House Damage, Crimeblade, Polywatcher Cracker, Zero Null, and Hack. That feels like not many people compared to how many people we've got online right now. I imagine most of you are subs. That command on screen, you can see it, do it. Right, Bubba J, this means the Silent King is almost done, right? I mean, it depends on what else you've got left to paint of him, I guess. I got mine put together yesterday. And it looks so cool. It's not the best painted one I've done, definitely. But it's a very cool mini. This guy's looking cool, though. I like it. The kind of dirty metal you've got going on there looks quite nice. Looks like you've got a little outside the lines on his chest sigil there. So just take whatever the background color is and just tidy up around the edges so you've got something that looks nice and crisp. I'm going to ask a stupid question. You have painted the power pack and the bit you're holding grey, right? That's not the base model still showing through. Is it? Trying to work out if it's been primed or not, basically. But let me done with the rest of it then, mate. Keep going, keep going. Right, Zarathustra. No decent light / camera. There's nothing wrong with cell phone cameras. Now, admittedly, I've got a good phone with a really, really well-made camera. But even my old phone, which had an okay camera, could still take really good pictures. Like that one was taken with my old phone. You know, so was that. You don't need a light box, you don't need studio lights and things. It does obviously help. Just make sure that your mini is quite large in frame. Most phones have got at least a zoom function. Nothing wrong with zooming in a little bit and making that a bit more of a focal point. So don't worry too much about having bad light and so on. Just do the best you can, but give us a lot to go on. We'll have to go big on this one. Okay, I see what you've done with the flesh. It looks a lot closer to like flayed skin than I originally thought, based on the description you gave. God damn it, it's Chris! How you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream. How was your stream? What were you up to today? House of Atkinson. What up, bro? Everyone, if you're not already, please give Chris a follow. And some hype. Yeah, you don't even need a light box. Like, if you just take a piece of, like, plain paper and some blue tag and blue tack it against the wall with a slight curve at the bottom, and then hold your mini in front of that, or place it in front of that, or whatever, you'll be fine. You know? You'll get better results because your phone only has to focus on one thing. It doesn't have to focus on like a lot of background as well. So you can get quite a good finish out of that. Yeah, like I said, I like the flayed skin. It's come out a lot better than I thought it was going to when you were describing it. I'm not sure what's going on with the mitts, if I'm honest. That is almost Zoidberg kind of pink. I'd probably just go like full on with this flayed muscle tone you've got and do the hands as well. I'd treat the little like sheath they've got on their arm as some sort of armor, rather than like we've sewn this bit on and this part's your like original arm and it's unscathed sort of version. But they stand out a little bit too much from the rest of the mini for me. Let's look at the other pick that we've got. Yeah, so on this one he hasn't had quite as much of the highlights put down. I like the sort of flesh leather robes and stuff. That works quite well. I'd probably be a little bit more attentive to things like muscle striations and stuff like that to really like make it look like the skin has been flayed, rather than just, you know, a process that you've gone through to change the colour of it. But yeah, good stuff, mate. It's the start of your army. Nobody was perfect when they first started an army at all. So keep going, keep it up. Right, Niveus Custom Reapers. With these done, I'm close on 1,000 points painted. Nice. So I think these are missing the hats, to be honest, dude. Yeah, for me, they have to have the face. Maybe you could do more like the Space Marine Reaver, where it kind of terminates here, and then have like a rictus kind of grin underneath for the Reaper helmets. I think that could look really cool. But that's iconic for me, is their silly heads, but definitely the skull face. Raging Cage, cheers for the follow. Goddamn it, Chris was playing some Deep Rock Galactic, dwarves mining and killing alien bugs. That sounds hilarious. Chunky armor around the legs as well. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to talk about the armor because Dark Reapers were always like the heavily armored aspect warriors, and obviously none of this army has got much in the way of armor at all. So I was kind of going to gloss over that. Masked Dragon, cheers for the follow. I think that the point of that is that it's more like a support thing. So the legs contain like shock absorbers and things to help level you out and like stop the recoil from like dislodging you from a surface and all that kind of shit, rather than it being anything else. But again, like I said, your army isn't necessarily an army that is heavily armored at all. But for me though, that like I said, that bone face paint is kind of key. However, these look okay. Maybe the launch is a little thinner than normal. I don't know. I don't know if it's the same size. But good stuff, dude. Good stuff. Right, Gummer. Not much painting done these past 2 weeks. Work is kicking my ass and motivation is dead. I get it, dude. I get it. But you've done some, and that's what matters. You know? If it's just half an hour a day, an hour a day, or like one night of the week, you just smash out for 3 or 4 hours. Got you, they were smaller. Okay. Can't quite see. What is that, like a weird silver loop that's next to her other hand? I don't even know what's going on with that. Or is she holding the fuck off great big blade in that arm? However, Looks good. Got plenty of travel markings and stuff like that you can put on things like your glider. You know, jazz that up a little bit. Oh, it's a whip, right? That's what. Basically, once you had it up in the air, I couldn't work out what it was. All I could see was this like weird loop. Right? It's not. It's not that. She's not playing like Hoopla or something. So, got you. Nice. At least you've done something. Like I said, mate. That's the important thing. Right, AJC. I think after 6 months of sitting there, I have just about finished the Assault Intercessors and onto the Outriders. Need to get the rest of Indomitors finished over the Easter break. Yeah, you do, man. But look at those Hazard Stripe chainswords. Fuck yes. Yes. Hazard Stripes for days, bro. Love it. These minis are a right bitch to paint, though. I ended up doing all of them fully assembled. It felt like the least amount of hard work was just get them all actually done. Face paint could be cool. Yeah, it would work. Nice. Nice company. Looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, he's looking good, dude. Keep on him. Keep on him. That's nice. Looks like your white X on the knee pads are a little thick. Celestra Grey and then thin it down with some white ink works really, really well for that kind of thing. YouTube, we did a how to paint white and how to paint yellow, in fact, on helmets. Very much like this, but as a stripe down the middle rather than as the whole thing. In fact, we've done loads of Blood Angel stuff. Thank you to Wraith and his commission. Love it though, mate. Love it. Solid job, dude. Solid job. Get through it. It was a little... This might thin it right down. Sometimes it happens. This is why I really like white ink. You can't possibly get it to a point where it's too thick, but it still has the power and the strength to go over things like black, for instance, in just a couple of coats. I'd really suggest you pick some up. There's, in fact, the Amazon Liquitex inks offer is back on. So 6 inks for £22 on Prime, and it's a white, a black, and then 4 of the colours. I can't remember which ones exactly, but that's possibly a good start point. It's a very good deal. They're normally £6 each, so that's 30 quid. You know, that's nearly 2/3 of the price. Right, fin of a shark. Damn. Okay. Love that teal next to the purple, metallic purple, and that solid. That really jumps out as well. Burnt umber, red, blue, and yellow. Cheers, SW Miniatures. That orange shoulder pad looks cool. The bone is very clean though. Turquoise helmet is great. It's a good start, mate. Like candy coat, which is what you've got here. So you've done purple, looks like purple contrast over metallics. There's a few areas you can see in the leg there where it's kind of pulled and it hasn't done what contrast is marketed to do. Both there from brown, bone to white. That's exactly the right way to do it, mate. It's how I'm going to do it on this guy here, Reikenor. So definitely the way I would suggest. Yeah, with your contrast, just be a little bit more cognizant of what's going on with it as it's being applied. Look, especially on the lower parts of the miniature, gravity will pull it down. That's where it's going to start to pool and things like that. Just to be sure you're not getting any texture on it at all. Okay, so this one was just over white. I did wonder what was going on with that and why it didn't look quite as shiny as the rest of these. On some of these, you can still see some of that contrast pooling. So again, be careful with it. GW is great at marketing that shit as a paints everything, and it paints almost nothing particularly well. So. Purple over white. I think that's the best way to go, is purple over white, because this, you've got plenty of room to do actual edge highlights, whereas this, at best, you can put some silver on and just kind of hope it works. Yeah, I've got an army that is full candy coat Alpha Legion as Primaris, and I don't like it. Not anymore. It was a cool, fun experiment. You know, they looked okay on the table and all that. In fact, they looked pretty alright on the table. But they're just not anything you can do much with, unfortunately. So it's a struggle to make them look really good. Alright, MC, this Grenadier is done. Very nice, dude. That's much tidier on the arm. Yeah. I still don't quite get text from it, but now I can at least see its columns, whereas before I couldn't work that out. Yeah, Gunballina, you'd think that would be easy, but if you edge highlight using, say, a bright silver, it just doesn't work still. It's not the same as doing like proper layered highlights and things like that. Certainly, you couldn't get this finish over that. MC, you've done a solid job with it. And whilst the heavy metal style isn't my preferred style of painting, as I've said a few times now, you've executed this really well, really cleanly. Those highlights are pretty sharp. So, you know, well done. I love that little like scar over the eye as well. Really, really good work. So, like, definitely go and check out Juan Hidalgo. Definitely, because he is a phenomenal painter and is quite an inspiration. Just bear in mind that that's somebody that is a multi-award-winning artist of the highest caliber, making the most out of a tool in a way that most of us will never approach. You know, let's just bear that in mind. You know, don't be discouraged if your work doesn't look like his. So, but started work on this guy, dude. Nice little attention to detail there on the base. Why didn't you highlight the two vents on his leg? Everything else has had a highlight around it, except for those. I'd probably just give them a quick highlight. Keep it super skinny, same as the one just above it, but yeah, solid, dude. Very, very solid. Right, Peter, finishing the Council of Cryptex. Nice. Nice. I really like your Cesaras, by the way. I think the transition from purple to like ectoplasm or whatever it is needs to be just stretched a little further, but otherwise I think he's pretty damn good. Tattooed Zombie, cheers for the follow. Solid work though, right? Psychomancer looks cool. The almost Gundam style Necron Lord of some description. Like this staff, I like that. That looks cool. This guy though. So I'm guessing a Cryptek with Canoptek cloak is what this guy is. I think that looks sick. Really sick. But yeah, on Cesaras, you've got this very sort of bright red, goes into a much more darker burgundy red, and then it's instantly green. And I think that these two colours are very difficult to blend. Like really, they just don't. You'll get this like shit brown if you try and transition it too far. But maybe you could take some of the red and chase it up. You've got that kind of like a vein that sticks out on top. You could maybe go most of the way up that and just help to sort of push it a little further along before it becomes green. The base model is a Cryptek. It's got the arm like this. You can see this guy's got the same arm and the same waist and feet. Yes, just so yeah, it's one of these Crypteks with obviously some modifications to it. But solid work, dude. Big fan of this. I'm going to take some photos tomorrow, probably tomorrow, of the 7,000 points of Necrons that we've painted on the channel together. They're all upstairs on the table, ready to be set up and arrayed and look nice in some photos. So, Exclamation Point Social, tune in on things like Instagram, Facebook, and all that for some pics and videos and everything else coming hopefully soon. Look great though, dude. Apart from the Psychomancer's base rim, which god damn it has killed the whole lot. Oh, brilliant. We're at the time of the year now, we've got Daddy Longlegs coming in because I've left the door open. Right, Master Mouse. I brought stuff to count as a whip. No, because the cellophane is still on. Cellophane on means... Nope. Nope, doesn't count as a whip. With the Gladiator, by the way, just in case you weren't aware, the Gladiator and the Impulsor are the same kit, just with extra bits. Miss Lilies, thank you very much for the follow. So never buy the Impulsor, always buy the Gladiator. It costs you an extra £5, and it's very easy to magnetize the other bits. In fact, to be honest, you probably don't even need to magnetize the roof on or off. Just don't glue certain parts on, and you can just like pop them down. But certainly don't glue things like the sponson turrets. You could easily magnetize the ends off, so the melter gun bits, the storm bolter bits, the frag launchers, all that kind of stuff. So to take into account. Same with Executioner, there's a lot of magnetization there you can do. Right, WK83 obviously. By the way, Marina's gorgeous. Look at this. I've been watching this in the whip all day. I haven't seen this film since I want to say 14, I think. It was a great film. These aliens freaked me the fuck out when I was a kid. Awesome stuff though, man. Love this diorama. It's very bright. It's very cool. The feel of it is very much like the movie. Like the fucking crazy-eyed bastard that this guy is. Although I've just noticed two whopping great mold lines down the middle of those legs. But look at that face. And look at that face. Is that a decal on the paper? Like, that looks unbelievably precise. Now bear in mind, I don't know the scale of this thing, but that is something else. Back to the card expansion. Not sure what's going on with that. It looks to me like that's been... Right, really hard question now. Trying to work out if this is your work that you've then altered in Photoshop or something to give it that cartoon drawn feel, or this is the source art of your your inspiration. Brilliant, Wolf. Crazy shit though, man. Good stuff. Oh, last one. So after this, remember, it's time for that prize draw. Right, Jimmy. More work done on the green tag. That looks nothing like how I remember the last one. I remember the last one being like top down and almost flat as a pancake. And that is not. Not at all, in fact. Love the base. Load of detail extra in there from the Wraith and all the other bits you've got built up on there. Is this a character? So therefore is... managed to get some highlights on them. Okay. Okay, I like that. Baja Blast Tau. Yeah, okay. So... Fusion Blade and Plasma, is this meant to be a Farsight-esque dude? He's happy with them, not been as flat. Good. Good, I'm glad, mate. Very cool, very dramatic. Nice, dude. Very careful shading in there in those recesses as well. Really adds a lot to it. Solid stuff, right. So, where we got to last time? Hack was the last one. Maladeus and Wolf, you guys are both in. Exclamation point, Mar 21 Mini. So, Mar for March. Oh, okay, dude. Good base then. Right, Rhiannon already thrown out the congrats. Might be to herself. Let's find out. Right, Sergeant Major, you got in. And you close it in 10 seconds. Which would you choose? Who wants what? Who wants the box just for the meme of it, but really wants something else? Alright, the giveaway has closed. And the winner of this month's miniature, and remember, if you don't win either of these two, not the box is sacred, but if you don't win either of these two, Ripper Jackson or the Lord of Virulence, if you're a Patreon video viewer or higher tier, you get another shot on the next stream, the first stream of the month, to try and get hold of it. So, winner is Never Too Many Socks. Congratulations, bro. I'm hoping you're here. Always good to have a new person get the win. SJ with a cheer, throwing all of the Shamrocks in there. Yes, he's here. Fantastic. Congratulations, bro. So, the choice is yours. You can have either of these two minis. The Lord of Virulence, Ripper Jackson, or the contents of the mystery box. Now, before you take your decision, remember that this... AJ! Big cheer from him. Saying congrats. Cheers, bro. That made a mess. That made a hell of a mess. Before you choose, remember, there could be anything in this. We have given away a single grot before now. So, you could have this, or do you want the devil you know? Your choice. Which of these three things you're going to have? Give it a shake. Let's be careful, it's fine cast. Oh! He's decided he wants the Lord of Virulence. Well, the choice was yours. It has been made. That was a fail. It's time then to seal up the box. Was not opened. Whatever was in there carries over till next month now. So that's sealed. There ain't no going back. This is yours. Congratulations. Which means that on Thursday stream, Patreon, somebody is going to win this. Any Patreon video viewer or higher tier is going to get this painted up for them. So never too many socks. Have you got a Death Guard colour scheme that you want this to be painted in? Have you got your own colour scheme you want this to be painted up in? Let me know. Hit me up on Discord. Discord if you haven't got it already. And I am going to write your name on this box. Well, we'll write it on the instruction manual because that'll be easier to read from. Is it number 2 with a number? Yeah. Cool. There we go. A little bit of dyslexia got in there at the beginning. We made it. So I need to know how you'd like him painted. We're going to get on him as soon as we finished Reikenor. So probably only in a couple of weeks. Sorry, in a couple of streams, rather. Not long. And we'll probably get him assembled on Monday night's Hellstorm stream. You're off to bed. I'm off to bed too, guys. It is time to raid. Let's go find somebody on Twitch to stream it. And let's all go say hello. Don't forget, at some point over the next week, this will run till sometime next week, maybe the week after. !point vote. Go get that link. Go and vote for the colour scheme that you would like our Tyranids painted in. Currently, the blue and bone is winning in a close second place. We've got the black and white, and then starting to trail a little further behind, blue and orange, High Fleet Stabilo, and High Fleet Behemoth. That link is in the Tyranid colour schemes set as a straw poll. We're going to pin that. Yeah, pin it. Done. So there you go. That's where to go. Go and cast your vote. You can vote for as many of those 5 as you like. But use your vote. Don't waste it. Let's see. Who should we go for? Who should we go for? I kind of want to go and raid Greg from How to Drink, actually. Does anyone mind if I do? There's a lot of tabletop stuff. Tonight, he's doing a cyberpunk tabletop RPG, and I watch this guy's YouTube stuff all the time. He basically runs a YouTube sort of cocktail bar where he makes drinks and explains the history of the drink and so on. For me, it's an interesting thing. So, well, Bricky's on. He's got a lot of people watching, which is all great. He's playing a game called Undertale, which is nothing to do with Toy Soldiers either, but I feel that a cyberpunk role-playing game is a lot more to do with Toy Soldiers. So nobody's objected to it. Nobody's used to guide a raid or anything like that. So I'm going to go and raid Greg from How to Drink. Thanks very much for the stream tonight, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed it. I have. Sorry about the annoying issues we had right at the very start with the audio, but not sure what caused that. I will see you guys soon. See you Thursday, 9 PM sharp. Take care, everyone. Peace out.